And I'm excited for the next video because I'm going to be going over the titans of Yu-Gi-Oh! The staple, the most recognizable cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are going to be in the next video. If you watched the last episode and stayed to the end, I gave you guys a sneak peek of today's video. And you have a good eye and used your context clues. There was a hint in the thumbnail that showed what monsters we will be going over today. Disclaimer, these cards are not one for one. I decided to put my own spin on it. There are some attributes from the original cards that I did add, but keep in mind that it is my personal take on them. If anyone guessed the Egyptian god cards, you're absolutely wrong, because it was actually the Ojamas. When we look back at the thumbnail, you could clearly see all the hints I gave you guys to determine this was the Ojamas. When we look closely at all the cards, you notice some hints. I purposely left all the light attributes shown, all the beast types shown, so this is obviously the Ojamas, because if you don't know, they're light beast. And for the blue card, when we look closely, I purposely left the O for Ojamas, obviously. And when we zoom in for attack and defense, attack is 0 because Ojama has 0, and defense, I scratch out the first number because I didn't want to give it away, obviously, because they only have 1,000 life points. And for cherry on top, I purposely left the I for the Ojama yellow in the bottom right corner. So I give you guys all the hints. If you guys could have figured out what it was, then this is a skill issue, obviously. Starting with the main Ojama, Ojama yellow. When we compare both the cards, my card and the Yu-Gi-Oh card, I made them somewhat similar, or I try to portray them as one for one. So it's going to be 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 plains. It's going to be a creature beast, 0/1. He's going to have vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains vigilance until end of turn. The flavor text, nothing special at all. It's basically a copy and paste from the Yu-Gi-Oh card. But the reason why I gave him this ability is because I kind of wanted to incorporate teamwork, because in the anime they're always together, or for the most part. Next one, Ojama green, the most beautiful. Look at that tongue. But he's not going to be much different from Ojama yellow. He's going to be 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 forest. He's going to be a creature beast, 0/1. But this one, a little different. He has trample. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. For flavor text, no change at all. So I think you guys notice a pattern so far. If you haven't, I'll quickly explain it and go over them. For Ojama black, he has menace. Ojama red, he has haste. Ojama blue, he has hexproof. Now we're going to get into the more juicy, more unique Ojamas that I made. So for Ojama pink, I made her the most similar to her original Yu-Gi-Oh card. For her abilities, whenever this creature dies, each player draws a card, then discards a card. If Ojama pink would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Ojama pink and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. The reason why I gave her the second ability is for more playability of the Ojamas. So I think it's kind of necessary, because this isn't really the strongest deck, but it has potential. So if you notice the flavor text, it says, "What's the racket?" I take quotes from the Ojama trio in the anime, and I put those quotes on Ojamas that weren't really shown in the anime, because if not, they wouldn't have any flavor text at all. For the next 2 Ojamas, these guys are unofficial. Every good commander deck needs mana dorks. So I decided to make Ojama Token's ability, tap it, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. And for the artwork, I would like to note that this is not my own. I found it online, so I'm going to put the artist's name in the description box below. But for Ojama Gold, I got him from Ojama Country. If you see in the background, he's flying, so I decided to take him for the theme of the deck, so there's more options. So what he says is, flying, whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains flying until end of turn. And he costs 2 planes instead, because flying is pretty OP. Now we're getting into the meats and potatoes of the YouTube video. Ojama Knight, he's going to be 4 colorless, artifact creature, beast fusion, and a 0/2. He has first strike, double strike, and whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains first strike and double strike until end of turn. Spells your opponent cast cost 1 more to cast. Comparing this to the Yu-Gi-Oh card version, select up to 2 of your opponent's monster card zones. The selected zones cannot be used. In the comment section below, let me know what I should do for Ojama's Knight. There's 2 options I could do. Keep it the same, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast, or I could change it to be more like the original Yu-Gi-Oh card. Creature spells your opponents cast cost 2 more to cast. If you're still watching, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any future YouTube videos. Now getting back to it, Ojama Emperor. He costs all 5 colors. He enters with 5 loyalty counters. If you pay 1, put a 0/1 Ojama token onto the battlefield. If you pay 6, Ojamas you control get +1/+0 and gains indestructibility until end of turn. Pay 8, you may cast all Ojamas from your command zone, exile, graveyard, hand, and library without paying its mana cost. To explain myself, for the first ability, I want to be able to make mana dorks. For the second ability, I want to make sure that they'll be able to buff them all and make them indestructible so when they attack, they won't get destroyed. With the third ability, it's going to make more sense when you guys see Ojama King. Before we get to Ojama King, you're probably wondering, wow, this deck sucks. All the Ojamas are 0/1s, how are they going to cause damage? It's about to make sense real quick, real soon. So for Ojama King, revealing him, in all his beauty, he costs all 5, 0/3. He's a legendary creature, Beast Fusion. He has Eminence. When a Ojama enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 on each creature you control. If you control a Ojama with First Strike, Ojama King gains First Strike until end of turn. The same is true for Double Strike, Haste, Hexproof, Menace, Trample, and Vigilance. For his third ability, in the comment section below, let me know what it should be. It could be either spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast, or creature spells your opponent's cast cost 3 more to cast. If you want to keep it original, I would suggest the second one, because the original card, Ojama King, says select up to 3 of your opponent's monster card zones. As long as this card remains face up on the field, the selected zones cannot be used. So if you want to keep it true to its nature, the second option is the best. Turning these Ojamas to magic cards was a bunch of fun, but now it's time for me to demonstrate how they would work in an actual game. As you can see, it's a few rounds in, and I was able to summon 3 Ojamas, Ojama Green, Ojama Black, and Ojama Blue. And with Ojama King in the command zone, with his Eminence ability, they all have 3/4. And if one happens to die, they become a 2/3. Whenever another Ojama attacks, that key static word goes on to a creature of your pick. So let's say all 3 of them attack. You're gonna have to remember which static keyword goes to which. When I attack with all 3, I give Trample to Black, and Black gives Menace to Blue, and Blue gives Hexproof to Green. So that's a lot to remember, so just make sure you guys keep track of which creature got the key static word. And a few more rounds go by, and I was able to summon Ojama Red, Ojama Yellow, Ojama Emperor, a Soul Ring, and a few more lands. And because I have 5 Ojamas on the board, they are all 5/6. We're getting near to the end, and we were able to get Ojama Emperor to 8 loyalty, and we were able to sacrifice it and cast all the Ojamas. For Ojama Emperor, if you do pay the 8, it does not go on the battlefield, even if with ability. That's how I want it to be. I want to make that clear, because if it does go back on the battlefield, I think that would be pretty overpowered. So I just want to make it clear that Ojama Emperor, if you pay the 8, he goes straight to the graveyard. Now that you have all the Ojamas on the battlefield, you should be able to steamroll all the players, because each one's going to be a 10/11 with key static words, and Ojama King has all of them, or until one of them dies and he loses that key static word. So let's say Ojama Yellow attacks and he gets destroyed for whatever reason, Ojama King will lose Vigilance, and all the Ojamas become a 9/10. After playing this makeup game, I discovered that the Ojamas are pretty overpowered, so I do want to make a few corrections, because I want to make it a little bit more balanced. Starting off with the Ojama King, his Eminence ability, I want to change it from each creature to each Ojama instead. And finally, for Ojama Token, I want to get rid of his tap ability and make Ojama Token into a regular creature token with no abilities at all, because I don't want to make him a mana dork. Because with Ojama Emperor, when you gain 1 loyalty, he creates a mana dork. I think that's pretty overpowered, and instead I'm going to create a whole different Ojama called Ojama Lime from Ojama Country, and he's going to be the new mana dork instead. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out. But if you guys want to see something specific, leave it in the comment section below. But until next time, peace.